Yes. I think, okay, so while we are waiting for teacher Baranee, I know some of you are Form 4, I mean, this year Form 3, you are thinking of which one you want to take. Art stream, science stream, okay? So if you are under that category, I think you all would need to listen to Mr. Cikgu Baranee carefully, because he's going to able to give you that kind of like what are the things you need to study overall. How is science for you? Yeah. So Cikgu Baranee, you can just unmute yourself and also turn on your video so that the students can see you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, while we are waiting for Cikgu Baranee, okay. So for those who are science stream students, Form 5 or Form 4, 8 p.m. later, please come back for Cikgu, our Freddy, yeah? Teacher Freddy, okay? So now it's science sessions. Hello? Ken? Teacher Baranee, can you unmute and turn on your video? Okay. Yeah, I think Cikgu Baranee just disappeared. Okay. Hi. How many of you actually are art stream? If you're art stream, can you type art? I want to see how many of you are art stream. Because art stream science subject is a must. Okay. Oh, Cikgu Baranee is in. Okay, okay. Cikgu Baranee, you have to turn on your mic and your video. Yeah, don't worry. You can just learn. Wait, let me see. What is Cikgu? Oh. Wait, don't start. Wait, Cikgu Baranee is coming in. Okay. Please wait for a moment. Yeah. Wait, okay, you don't know what stream are you going to take. Don't worry, today is for you to understand like what are the stream that you want. Science subject is a must take for our stream, okay? Hi. Okay. So the mic is over to you. Yeah, the mic is over to you. Okay.
Just in time, 4:30. All right. All right. Hi, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for small delay because of technical error. All right. Hi, how are you? And thanks for joining the session for Science KSSM. I believe you are Form 4 and Form 5. Kamu adalah Form 4 dan Form 5. So ada yang Form 4, okay, yang masih lagi belum think of which stream to join, which package to join. Nowadays we don't have stream, tak ada aliran. You akan pilih either science stream or art stream. Okay, it will be a bit of confusion. Okay, but what I can tell you is for Form 4, just allow me to speak for Form 4 first. Okay, for Form 4 is at the moment, yes, you're Form 3, you belum habis peperiksaan, you're not so sure what you're going to do, whether you want to take biochem physics or you want to do accounts, arts and whatever not. So, membuat pilihan tu, I cannot make the choice for you. You have your own choices to make. Okay, as I'm a science teacher, I speak on my topic, my chapter. So for those Form 4 here, maybe you can take a look at this as a preview to see what if, let's say you take science, kalau you ambil science, okay, you can take this. You must understand, this is a art stream paper. That means, sesiapa yang tak ambil bio, tak ambil chemistry, tak ambil physics, then you take science. Sebab ini subjek teras tambahan for the art stream packages. Okay, that is the choice. So this choice is only for art stream student. But if you're going to science stream, then you're not necessary to take this paper because this paper science covers everything, bio, chem, physics, but lesser, lebih kurang berbanding dengan the real biology, the real physics and the real chemistry. So maybe later on you can see other teachers presenting on their science stream topics. Then you can see ada persamaan dan perbezaan. Okay, so at the moment your choice is dependent on your results also. Okay, your science exam Form 3. Siapa-siapa, I think most of you here definitely Form 3. Unless you are now Form 5, then you don't have a choice lah. You are doing science stream paper. So that is my opinion in this. So maybe you take a look at my slides, try to understand what is the chapter all about. And this session is for me to show you how I teach science. So that if you like my teaching, you like my style, you can join me in my class. Okay, you boleh masuk dalam kelas saya. So that is my comment on this. So maybe for now, the younger ones, the Form 3 going to Form 4, you have not made a choice. Some of you maybe made a choice. I don't want to do science stream. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be engineer. I want to focus on accounts. I want to do business. But still, you need general knowledge. You need logical. So that's why you learn science. Science is about learning about what the things about you and also your surrounding. So that's how the chapter is going to go. So I hope I already clarify you, okay, on what is the stream. So it's a choice, yes, but only choice for people who are going for not taking science stream. This is your choice. That is the choice. Okay, you weigh in your choice lah, depending on how you like your science and you maybe prefer other subjects. Okay, hope I helped by explaining that. So I move forward to explain to you the SPM format of the paper. Okay, many students, even the Form 5 currently might not know what is your format for exam because this MCO has made a lot of changes and then you all also not in school most of the time. So you don't know most of it. So I'm just going to give you a clear understanding. What I believe is they're not changing much on the format, okay, for SPM. The older SPM, the KBSM syllabus and the KSM syllabus, the paper format is still the same. Okay, which means I can clearly explain to you how the exam works, okay, and where the marks come from. Okay, this is something everybody should know. Semua perlu tahu lah, guys. So I'm going to the second slide, okay, just to help you on the second one. All right, so this is your paper 1. Okay, in your paper 1, okay, you will have 1 hour 15 minutes. The good news is soalan objektif, aneka pilihan, MCQ. Okay, 50 objective questions. Okay, how they will break the questions, it all depends. Because the older format, what they do is, because they have lesser chapters than you. Okay, kamu yang baru-baru yang masuk ni, KSSM, ada lebih bab berbanding yang tahun-tahun sebelum ini. Okay, mereka tingkatan 4 ada 8 bab. Tingkatan 5 ada 8 bab. So total 16 bab. So soalan yang keluar pun lebih kurang, okay, Form 4 separuh 25, Form 5 separuh 25. Selalunya the range is on the 25. Kalau lebih sikit 26, 24 or 27, 23, depending on certain years lah. Some years Form 5 more questions, some year Form 4 more questions. So this is the whole idea. Tapi when you come to your batch, right, you will have different chapters. Later I show you the number of chapters in Form 4 and the number of chapters in Form 5. Also, it's easy for you to see the chapters that you will be studying. For the Form 4, you can see from Form 4. For the Form 5, I hope you have already known your chapters, dah tahu bab-bab yang kamu akan belajar. So if you have any questions regarding that chapters, you can ask. But then in Form 5, the new chapters, I don't know you know or not. So I want to explain that also. Take this opportunity to show you, okay? Now, when you come to your paper 2, okay, your paper 2, it is going to be a 2 hour 30 minute paper. Okay, those who are doing your science in PD3, now you're changing the style already. Some of it is the same, lebih kurang sama, more or less the same idea. Some of it will totally change. Okay, because like soalan-soalan bahagian A, kita lihat bahagian A, your first 4 questions, okay, of your paper, you have scientific investigation questions, penyiasatan scientific. Normally, I don't see much of these questions in the Form 3 paper. Form 3 sites, tak ada soalan-soalan yang focus more on the variables and all that. I will show you contoh-contoh soalan yang boleh ditanya. Experiment-based questions lah guys. Okay, you know experiment, right? You do PK, you write your report and all that. Some style of that. So soalan-soalan yang kamu selalu lihat. I think from standard 6 you've been learning this. Sejak tahun 6 you're learning this. If you take a look at this slide, it explains the hypothesis, observation, this question, inferences, they're asking inference. So these words all you mesti pernah dengar. You already hear before. When you came to Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, you're hearing lesser of this. You didn't go through questions. I see all the books also. The questions are more focused on theory and kebat. But here in Form 4, Form 5, you will see more of these questions. Variable, pemboleh ubah dimanipulasi, pemboleh ubah yang bergerak balas, and also dimalarkan. So in English, it's called manipulated responding and also constant variable. So these are the questions that will be slightly different for those from Form 4. Okay, so from Form 3 coming to Form 4. But you will get used to it, guys. It's not very difficult. Okay, it's actually one place where you can score most of your marks. Later, I will show the breakdown of your marks as well. Okay, so this is for your paper 2, section A. So section A, this is the questions they will ask. If you have anything to ask, please ask. I'm more than happy to explain to you. So these are the types of questions that come out. So if you see, the first 4 is something very common. Selalu kamu lihat. Okay, there's many questions other than this also can be asked. But then when you come down, operational definition, definisi secara operasi, and graph and bar chart. Okay, maybe graph and bar chart you all got do before and draw, but you must know which chapter uses this kind of bar chart. Siapa yang menggunakan carta palang, siapa yang menggunakan graph. So we have the graph garis or the carta palang or histogram. Okay, histogram and carta palang or the bar chart is more or less the same, just the style of doing it, whether you attach the bars or you separate the bars. So questions like this will come out here. And operation definition is a big headache for a lot of people because it's experiment-based question. So you will be given a keyword, you akan diberi satu kata kunci, and you got to decide, okay, you got to make a choice on how to write that keyword and how does the keyword affect the experiment. Bagaimana kata kunci yang ditanya, okay, mengakibatkan perubahan pada eksperimen tersebut. So this is the idea of questions that they can ask in section A. Okay, no, I don't have any handouts because this is a more promotion class and I want to show you what I will do. So I don't have any handouts given, as well as I have a mix of number from 4 and from 5. So I'm not doing it. All right. So you just have to look at this. I think this will be more than helpful already. All right. So thanks, Sanjan, for the question. If you have anything else, you can go ahead. But I'm moving on to the next paper. Okay. Does the operational definition should touch the point based on the theory of what we learn? Yeah, definitely on the point that on what you learn. Okay, like for example, just a very simple example. Okay, like the word inertia. Okay, inertia. Those in Form 4, Form 3 going to Form 4 might find it difficult. The Form 5 should be able to know the word. You must have heard this word before, inertia. It's a very recent chapter. Chapter 11, Form 4. After you study the speed, velocity time graph, displacement time graph, you also study about gravity, free fall, and also inertia. So inertia, if they ask you the question, then you got to give the operation definition based on what you understand about inertia, like the factors that affect it. So what the experiment is doing. If the experiment is focusing on mass, then your answer on the operation definition also should include about how does inertia affect, okay, or how does inertia change because of mass. So you have to relate to the point based on the theory. Okay, for this, I think you need more practice. And if I have the opportunity to teach you how to do it in my normal classes, then I will be able to help you out. Okay, but it's definitely related to the theory that you study. If you don't know that word, you will not be able to write operation definition. So this is where these things change. In science Form 3, what you learn, what you understand, you must know how to apply it in kebat questions. You kena tahu aplikasi dalam kebat. Here, there might not be any kebat style questions on the first part, section A, but they will ask you to apply your knowledge on the operational definition. If you ask me, this is actually kebat already. Ini pun HOTS. How do you understand the chapter will be known by the operational definition. So that is my opinion on this, and I think this is an important question. Although they only ask maximum of one, very rare two lah, but normally in exams one question. This one question also everybody still struggle to answer. All will say it's just 1 mark or it's just 2 marks. It's okay, I can skip it. But if you start skipping 5 things like this, you lose 10 marks. So we need to make sure we understand everything before the real exam. Okay, that's my honest opinion based on my teaching. I know people skip these questions as well. Now, let's move on. Let's take a look at paper 2. You have questions on the past, please go ahead, because I have the short time. I want to make sure I try to explain everything I can. If I finish early, it's okay, but I don't want to finish late. Okay, now, let's move to number 5. Okay, so in point number 5, okay, I mean slide number 5, I've come to the section paper 2. So in your paper 2 of section B and section C, that means the same paper, the 2-hour, 30-minute paper was not just that questions. Even that also might have like, oh, wow, so many things to do. But that's only in the 4 questions. After you finish the 4 questions, whatever I showed you in the previous slide will never come out again. Akan keluar balik. Tak ada soalan variable, no pemboleh ubah, no hypothesis, no operational definition also. Don't have, no graph also actually. There's no question that will come in section B and section C. That means total different question. So what you all have to do later, maybe during the chapter analysis, I will tell you, there are certain questions only that can be asked in section A and also in section C, the experiment planning question. They are not all the questions. So you don't have to crack your head to study everything. Yang ini boleh keluar eksperimen ke? Yang ini boleh keluar eksperimen ke? Not all can come as experiment. Okay, I will show you some chapters. Maybe you can get some hint, some tips on which questions, which chapter will never come out experiment. So you don't have to worry so much. Don't get too stressed about it. There are specific questions that will come out as experiment. Okay, so you can make an analysis. Nearing the exam, we can break down. Okay, these chapters got this experiment. Soalan-soalan ini ada eksperimen tertentu. So you need to know. Okay, that will be easier for you, lesser stress. And that's why I'm here for you. So if I'm teaching you, this is what I do. Normally, we do analysis before we go ahead. You will take a look at some samples later. All right. Now, this is paper 1. Paper 2. Question number 5, question number 9. What I meant by theory is questions like, for example, those who have been studying in Form 5, you should know very well. Mitosis, meiosis, mutation, alloy-based question. Okay, periodic table, jadual berkala. You see, I'm just mentioning a few that you have learned. All these questions, okay, will come out in this section. Okay, they are more important for theory-based question. That means like mitosis, meiosis. You don't know the difference, you cannot understand the difference, then it's pointless for you to try that question already. But you have to do. It is a part of your paper. You have to write the answer. So you don't know that chapter, you will have trouble. Okay, and one thing that is different compared to the earlier batch is lesser chapters, lesser question. I was hearing a sejarah teacher just now. She said what? Lesser theme, lesser question. Lesser questions, lesser headache. Okay, that means you can target. But now, for science, it's the opposite. We have more chapters. We have more chapters than the initial. So here, we have more scope of questions. So therefore, understanding theory is totally important. As much as it's not as sebanyak Form 3 lah. Form 3 got a total of 32 chapters, 32 bab. But in Form 4, Form 5, KSSM, lesser, but still competitive. All right. Now, so this is the theory-based question. Come to question number 10. Question number 10 is experiment planning. Okay. Most of you, even in Form 3, you might have done PK. Okay. Your PK, where you tulis laporan sains. That is laporan. That is writing a report. When you write a report, the experiment finish, so you're writing a report. That is the work. Here, you're not writing a report. Here, the question will give you, okay, a statement. Okay, dia akan bagi satu pernyataan. You read the pernyataan, you understand the pernyataan. They also will give you some bahan and radas, the apparatus and material. You have to create your own experiment. You have to make sure you understand and create the experiment. Okay, some people ask me, is this kebab? Is this HOTS? No. Why not HOTS? Because the experiments is what you have already studied before. They won't ask you to come up with your own experiment. Okay, as much as I would love to see that, but then they won't ask you to come up with your own experiment. So most of the experiment you must run in class. So for those Form 4, if you have done many experiments, start compiling your work, because that experiments can be your revision. Okay, the experiments you do in each of the chapter also tells you bab mana keluar soalan eksperimen And also at the same time, you also know, okay, I've done this experiment, I know this idea. Next time I see this question, this topic, I know, okay, this experiment is the one I have to do. So these are the ideas for experiment question. Planning, guys, plan, not report. So there are certain parts you can leave it empty. So at most cases, kalau you tak faham betul-betul dia punya eksperimen tu pun, tapi kalau you tahu macam mana nak lakukan eksperimen tu, you boleh dapat markah. And it gives you quite a big mark. It gives you 10 marks of the overall paper. Okay, 10 markah daripada keseluruhan. Now, the next thing that we will take a look is the question 11, question 12. Totally different, okay, for the form 4 and especially form 5 if you haven't tried doing it, okay, if you've never done exams, so it will be totally different. It is essay question. Soalan essay. Don't worry, it's not like the BM or English essay, so you have to write 180, 350 words. No. Okay, it's a much more simple concept, but you have to write in sentences, make it into a paragraph. But the good thing about the science essay is you can even do table format, berbentuk jadual, berbentuk peta minda. All this can be done. If you know the question, you know how to answer, you can do. Okay, and in most cases, in last few years of SPM, even point form is accepted for the essays. Okay, which I don't advise people to do it, but if you really don't know or you don't have enough time to do it, at least put the points that you understand, you might get some marks from there. So this is itself shows you that science is somewhat a fair paper to you. Okay, it is definitely a good paper, but I'm not saying it's as hard as most of the papers. I will also break down the marks for you to make you understand that science is one of the easiest paper to score. If they don't change the format, even better, because the format is going to be really, really easy to score the paper. All right, so any questions, please go ahead. If you don't have any questions here, let's move. Does the essay has word limit? No word limits at all. There's no word limits at all. Why there's no word limits? Because it depends on what you want to answer only. And like what I mentioned just now, there is no like you have to write 100 or 200 words. Sometimes writing 2 or 3 points is one of the essay questions marks. Okay, and don't worry, the question is not going to be like one question, one essay, you have one long essay. No, it's sub questions. So they will break the marks. 6 marks for one question, 4 marks for the other question. Something like how you see your sejarah paper. Okay, somewhat like how you see your sejarah paper, 2 different questions in one, like sub questions. Then they have 2 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, depending to cover up the 10 marks. All right, and then they also give you a choice between 10, 11 or 12. 10 you must do, 10 mesti buat. But 11 or 12, the essay question, you boleh buat pilihan. Okay, for most of us here, nobody here has been to KSSM 5. That means tingkatan 5 punya bab. So your questions are all related to Form 4. But when you come to this SPM time, you will be given a choice of 2 questions from 2 different year, Form 4 year and Form 5 year. Okay, very rare they give 2 Form 4 or 2 Form 5. They always give 1 Form 4, 1 Form 5. So the chances of you, let's say I forgot a Form 4, I didn't study much, I forgot already, I can do the Form 5 question. Or the Form 5 question, I don't remember. So it's one essay question is 10 marks, 10 markah. Okay, don't worry about the marking. Try to understand this. I will go into the scores for you, the results, okay, which is the next slide. I will explain the each marks, why you get your marks and everything. I know this is what we want. Okay, and when I was in school, before I enter art stream or science stream, or even when I'm in Form 4, I don't know the format. My worry is always, I need to know the format. Okay, I'm doing an exam. I need to know how much I need to score. Takkan I just do and give the paper and then I wait for the result. Cannot, right? I want to know how the teacher get the marks and where should I focus to get the marks. So this kind of things has been with me for a long, long time. When I was a student, I needed teachers to help me. And now I hope that I will help you as well. Now let's move on. Okay, so if you take a look at this, this is your marking scheme, okay, your skema permarkahan. Okay, skema pemarkahan. So you have 50 questions to do lah, guys. You will have 50 questions, okay, to focus upon on the objective. Okay, and they offer you 50 marks, 50 markah, which is 42% of the overall paper. So here itself, you know, the objective is really, really helping you. Sangat membantu kamu. Okay, getting a 35 and above is always safe. Okay, normally students ask me, teacher, to score 35, it's so difficult, or to score 40 out of 50 is so difficult. My only opinion is, if you always look at it at a bigger picture, kalau you tengok, 50 questions, so many I have to do and I have to get 10 wrong, then it becomes very difficult. But if you think it in a different way, it's all mental actually, it's all how you think. Let's say if I take 10 questions, in every 10 questions, I only can get 2 wrong. I mean, I must get to get 8 out of 10 in every 10 questions I do. 10, 10, 10, 10. When you finish the 5 sets of 10 questions and you only get 2 wrongs each that means you get 10 wrongs. And then it becomes 40 over 50. So this is where I always say people, it's all about your mind, how you look at it. If you look at it as a 50 question problem, then it will be a 50 question problem. But if you break your problems and you solve it part by part, then it becomes easier for you. Okay, this is how I suggest people to do their work. So 50 questions, 42%. So who likes objective questions? Okay, I know many of us like objective for one good reason. Senang mau hantam lah. Okay, A, B, C, D. I choose one answer. I put one answer that I like. Okay, but then at least you got the option to give one. At least you can try. But if you can score very well in this paper, you are on the right track. You can score the paper. Okay, so 50 marks. Now the next set of marks, if you see, okay, if you see the whole idea, is about section A. Just now I was telling you the hypothesis question, the variable question, the operational definition question. They are only offering 20 marks of the whole paper. 20 marks carries about 17% of the whole paper, roughly 17%. I didn't do percentages with decimals. I just tried to accumulate the numbers. So 17%, roughly 17%. And then section B, like I told you, the theory is the second highest marks, question 5 to question 9. You get 30 marks. And these 30 marks will result in 24% of your total paper. Okay, and finally, you got question 10, 11, or 12. I think our friend Tan Sin asked a question. How many marks are offered? So the marks offered here, like I told you, question 10 will give you 10 marks, the experiment planning. Merancang eksperimen memberikan kamu 10 markah. And then question 11 or question 12 will give you another 10 marks because you choose one only. Here you choose one. So 2 questions in this particular section. 3 soalan diberi, 1 wajib, 2 yang baki itu adalah pilihan. So you get the balance. So this will result in 100% of your marks. A rough estimation of questions is about 61 questions. Okay, 61 soalan. With the sub questions, it could be more. Okay, but this is the total marks. This is the breakdown of marks for your exam. Okay, I hope you all know this. If you didn't know, that this is a good time for you to know. For the new students, these are some things that you should know. Okay, if you have anything to ask, please go ahead. Don't worry if I'm talking. You can just put at the end of this. I will definitely ask the questions. Okay, so this is a good thing. Okay, that you all managed to listen. Nice. Let's move on. I think there is one. Okay, so guys, you all must be good in your maths. Okay, some people like to see words step by step, all the words, everything they want to see. Some people don't like, teacher, don't give me all these words lah. Get to the point. So it depends. Different people got different tastes of studies. So I only can follow the way I think it's possible. So I break it into 2. So if you don't like all this, come to the straight to the point, guys. Very straight to the point. Just score 84 or 120. Just score 84 or 120. You get 70%. You're guaranteed with the A. SPM 70 and above, this can be considered A already. So whether A minus, A plus, that is not my duty. That's your effort. You put the effort, you get the results. But for me to try to help you to get 84, I have to do everything possible. Okay? Because your results is what gives me my teaching job. So if you don't score, then nobody comes to learn with me. So it's not going to work either way. So straightforward, 84 or 120 is the total marks to get 100. Guys, do you realize how many marks you can lose? Berapa markah you boleh hilang untuk dan masih boleh dapat A? Can you see that? I think you all should be very good in your maths. So you can actually lose how many marks? Even if you lose this many marks, you can still get A. What is the number? Anybody want to try before I say the answer? Come on, nothing wrong in trying. It's a small thing to this one. Yeah, exactly. Not 30, but 36. Very good. 120 minus 84, you get 36, right? I hope my maths is correct. 36. If 90 over 120, then it's 30. Okay, but thank you for all of your answers. Good that I see people are answering me. That means you're listening. So you lose 36 marks, you can get A. Please find me another paper, okay, in SPM that can give you the same thing. Losing 36 marks still can get A. Even if it can, that means it's a really easy paper. Okay, if you score 25 out of 50 in your paper 1, you come out of the exam. If you put your full effort also, you can still get an A in paper 2 because paper 2 offers 70 marks. So please understand that scoring a mere 84, hanya dapat 84 over 120, you dah dapat A. Okay, so why I give you this breakdown? Because when you see this breakdown, okay, you can clearly see where you need to score your marks to get 86. Okay, if you think you're very good in your essay questions, try to make sure you make your 20 here, and you try to make sure you get your 40 here, you got 60 plus already. You get 60 plus already. If you get 60 plus already, you're ready with the next two sections of 50 marks. Don't tell me you cannot get another 20. So there is a lot of chances of getting an A. Very good chances of getting an A for this paper. All you need is proper notes, proper effort, and definitely this paper can be scored. All right. So that's why I say art stream science. What I can say is the paper is definitely science. Okay. Something that some people like, some people don't like. Okay. Generally, when we study, a lot of students tell me some of them like science, some of them really don't like science. I'm here not to make you like science. I'm here to make you score the paper. So straightforward information. So this is the 84 over 120. Okay. Higher, better. Lower the chances of getting an A. Okay, I'm not speaking on graph, I'm not speaking on that because I don't think that's all necessary for us. All right, so if you have any questions regarding the format, any questions regarding the marks, anything that you think that is slightly different compared to what you think it is, you can ask me. If you don't have any questions, I will just move on. Okay, I will start though, but if you have anything, I can come back to it. Okay, let's move. I will show you the chapters you will learn. So the Form 4 students, please take note. For the Form 5, upcoming Form 5 students, you all gone through these chapters. So take a look if you missed out any chapters. As you're already studying online, you need to know all the chapters. Did you cover all the chapters in 2020? Because 2021, you're going to the Form 5 chapters. So for those who are coming into Form 4, please remember that this is what you're going to learn. Okay, like a heads up, like a trailer before the real movie. Now, in Form 4, Senarai Bab-Bab Tingkatan 4, you are going to be studying the first 3 chapters, or actually the first 4 chapters, more related to general knowledge, pengetahuan am. Okay, general safety rules, langkah keselamatan dalam makmal, what you need to wear when you go inside the laboratory. From the goggles to the face mask. Face mask now you know lah, no need to wear to the laboratory. You go out your house also, you must wear already. Never wear mask is so dangerous because of all the virus and everything. The whole world has changed because of that. So you have to wear mask. But in the lab, usually, even before this whole MCO or the COVID, we are supposed to wear mask when we do any activities on experiment. So face mask, goggles, okay, and then also lab coat, safety shoes. So you'll be learning on all the users and how they function. And then you also learn about what are the experiment machineries that you can use. What are the safety emergency procedures, like the safety shower. Some of the Form 5 this year, I mean next year, was surprised in the beginning. They say every laboratory must have shower. I never seen that in my school before, and a lot of my students also say the same thing. We have never seen that before. Any problem, run to the bathroom. So by the time you reach, you can get injured, you can get further damages. So you need to have a safety shower in every laboratory. Okay, and then you need to have an eye wash, because if you see all the pipes in your laboratory, everything is crooked this way, going downwards. So if you have any eye injury, takkan you want to put your eyes under, right? So what you have to do, you have to get the safety eye wash. So the water will splash into your eyes. You just have to put your eyes near there. So these are the things that you're going to learn. And then you also learn about the fire extinguisher. Okay, we have seen fire extinguishers. All of you have seen many colored fire extinguishers, red color, blue color, black color, and all that. Then they got alphabets there, A, B, and A, B, C, and so many things. So you will learn every single fire extinguisher, guys, got their own function. Even fire extinguisher got their own function. Not all fire you can use water. Okay, like electric-based fire, you cannot use water. So these are the things you will be learning in this chapter. How to keep yourself safe in the laboratory. Bagaimana untuk kekal selamat di dalam makmal. That's the first chapter. Second chapter, you learn bantuan kecemasan. Okay, that means you learn about emergency help. For example, if you cannot breathe, you see somebody, they fainted, they're not breathing. No, this one, you give CPR. Okay, I know students, when the first time I teach, all of them say CPR, wow, very interesting. You think it's what, kissing a girl? No, it's not that. It's actually very, very important because it's a life or death situation. Okay, you have to pump correctly. You cannot simply go and pump, and then it's different for adults and different for children. You go and pump like an adult for the children, then the ribs will break. Okay, so these kind of things you must do, and not everybody can do CPR. If you don't have a proper knowledge, you can even kill the person because of CPR. See, the fella actually pengsan can be alive. You go tekan the fella mati. Then big problem lah. So these kind of things you will learn, and then you also learn about Heimlich maneuver. Okay, for those form 5 you know already, but the younger ones maybe you don't know what's Heimlich maneuver. Very simple. You know, small children or even people, adults, you take anything you put in the mouth, you get choked. Okay, how to help the children, how to help the people, where to hold behind. I know you all just say hold behind and pump the body, but where to hold? You hold the wrong place. The fella is supposed to take out the Lego, he will take out something else. Okay, so things like this, something that you have to explain. And how to do Heimlich maneuver, how to help yourself, you're choked and you're alone, how to do it. So things like this is something that you're going to learn in this chapter, emergency help. Come to techniques of measuring parameters of body health. This is one of my favorite chapter because a lot of people know high blood pressure. A lot of people know low blood pressure. In Malaysia, we are one of the famous country for obesity. Okay, we are one of the top countries for obesity. We are supposed to be famous for many reasons, but one of our many reasons is actually obesity. So with obesity, we get all kinds of diseases. Okay, like the BMI issue. Okay, calculating the BMI, checking your what they call it, body pressure, your heartbeat rate. Nowadays, everybody got smartwatch. Okay, put your watch, see, oh, I can see my heartbeat already. But until today, some people don't even know actually how they calculate heartbeat. Okay, you're actually calculating your heartbeat per 60 seconds. How to do it shorter, and how doctors do it. Why doctors are sometimes they just ask for your hand, they put their hands in your pulse, your wrist here, they can already tell you your heartbeat rate. So how they do that? So we will learn this in this chapter. Okay, we also learn about pressure, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. What is the number? There is two numbers, diastolic and systolic. You must understand your heart got two functions. Form 3 also must know. You never study heart, how you going to do the PT3 exam, right? So contract and relax. So when they contract, they have a name. When they relax, they have a name. So you need to know all this also. So that's where you study this. And not forgetting, at the moment now, with all this MCO, other than the face mask, whenever I go anywhere, there's one thing taken. What is that, class? Anybody can tell me? I go anywhere, any shops, any place I go to, whether I bring my wallet or not, no, but I have to take two things. One face mask, another one more must check something. What they check nowadays, class? If you talk, it'll be interesting. If I do the talking myself, you chat, it'll be nice to see people tell and all that. Yeah, phone, correct. The My Sejahtera, correct. Like we all, the Selangor people, the My Sejahtera app, I think everywhere in Malaysia, My Sejahtera. There is another one more is temperature, correct or not? Very good. Actually, I was waiting for the temperature. I was so excited when I see the word phone already. But temperature is very, very important. Suhu, betul tak? When you go in the front, and then they ask you to take the temperature, and then we got very smart people, they use the hand to check temperature, talk to my hand like that, they check temperature. Very smart lah. That idea is not the correct way of doing, but people do these kind of things, right? The one that you're supposed to use your forehead, you go and use your hand, and then you say, wow, cases increasing, why cannot decrease? There are people like this lah. That's why the cases don't drop, don't follow the basic simple rules. So we got temperature checking. So as we are all studying this, my Form 5, the Form 5 here should be somebody who knows what is our temperature, what is our body temperature, what's supposed to be our body temperature. Anybody want to try? Anybody can try actually. Feel free to do so. That would be nice. Okay. Nice answer. I believe it's Edmund Chong. Okay, we got 37, 37.1. I like Tuong's answer because I wanted a percentage decimal, although his answer is not correct. Okay, but he tried very good. He gave me percentage. Anybody can tell me? 36.5. That means you're quite low already, temperature. It's actually 36.9. Okay, I know Weng Kwan will be thinking, ala teacher, 37 near lah. Why are you telling me? Just round off lah, teacher. No. 36.9 is the temperature of human body. A normal human body should have 36.9. But never once when you check in the thermometer, you get 36.9. Ngam. Okay, sure, got slightly higher, slightly lower, but it's crazy when sometimes I go to Speedmart to buy some things, I go put my head in temperature 34 point something. Wow, I'm a cold-blooded animal or what? I also don't know. So this kind of things we will learn in this chapter. Okay, these kind of things. We not only have a single type of thermometer. The one that is now we're using is called the infrared thermometer inframerah, which means no contact, tak bersentuhan. But if you go to the clinic, those days they put the thermometer in your mouth. Okay, there's also thermometer going down under. That's the rectal thermometer. If you don't know now, you know there is one thermometer that goes up inside your anus. So that are the thermometers you're going to study. So what I try to do in my class, the reason why I ask you to chat here is because in my class, I expect everybody to chat, everybody to say something. Okay, because then it makes the class interesting. It's not about who is correct, who is wrong. Okay, when we chat, that's when I know you are there. Because you must understand, online means I cannot be facing the laptop and talk to myself. Okay, if I talk and nobody say anything, it will become very, very bad. So if you're planning to come to the class, my first hope that everybody is be active on the chat. Ask questions or suggest. When I ask something, please say. That would be very nice. That is when the class move faster and the class will become interactive. So these are the things you're going to learn. And what I like to do is relate to the real life. Okay, like now thermometer, you see immediately I can relate. Oh yeah, it's currently going on, so I relate to it. Okay, pressure, like I relate to obesity, Malaysians problem. So this is how you study. Then you know what you're studying is also important for you in real life. Okay, a lot of people will say, I study science, I don't know for what. What am I using for? Now I'm telling you what is the uses. Okay, there is benefit. Okay, move on. Green technology for environmental sustainability. Okay, teknologi hijau dalam melestarikan alam. So this chapter for me is a new chapter. Okay, I have learned about this, read about this, but there was never a focus on this particular chapter. Actually, this chapter has a lot of notes. So much of reading is necessary for this thing. You will learn about green technology. I think this chapter is a good time. Yeah, kita semula recycling, and then you got a lot of things. How, okay, you might understand. This chapter is because we have already done a lot of damage to the world already. Okay, we have global warming, we have thinning yeah, thanks Nas. Okay, we have thinning of ozone layer, we have acid rain, we have the plastic pollution, we have the forest fire. You all know all this, right? So all these things has been a problem. Humans are actually doing a lot of damage to the world. So this green technology is something that we want to make sure everybody can understand and use in real life. Because if we don't do it, and in another future, 10 years, 15 years, we will have bigger problems. Who thought, right, in 2020, we will face a problem like this? Okay, COVID. People say this is a disease, this is a virus. But if we are much more environmentally friendly and we have lesser pollution, okay, and we have a lot of preparation to take care of all these kind of things, we shouldn't have gone through this kind of a problem. Okay, I think the world, not only Malaysia, the whole world is not ready to face pandemics like this. Okay, you see, this COVID-19 is not a new thing. The virus spread is not a new thing. We had SARS, we had H1N1, we have the Spanish pandemic flu, which happened a few years, so many years back, and we never learn. We failed to learn in every of these incidents. Okay, just a few years back, we had SARS, we had MERS, and all this, bird flu, swine flu, mad cow disease, you name it. I have so many actually. All these diseases is something that we humans should have learned. Why we never learned? Why we never understood this whole problem? Now we're facing a problem that everybody must suffer. Okay, it's not only affecting you health, but it's also affecting you economically. A lot of parents, a lot of people who are working, losing their jobs. So this is something that I will teach and relate to real life. So green technology. We will also learn about carbon footprint. Whatever activity we do, like we are doing combustion, pembakaran, we are doing all that, we will actually we'll release a lot of carbon. So how we can reduce carbon footprint? That is something that you will learn in this chapter. Okay, it is actually very long and at most times very boring chapter. But for me, I just feel that if you can put in proper videos and proper things, it will be nicer to go through the chapter. A lot of things to read always becomes boring. And then come to the next part. You see, the first four, I didn't speak about anything related to the science stream. Because those who are you still worried while listening to me so long, you never hear anything about the science stream part. Okay, those who are taking art stream, never to worry that your science is not a good paper. It is a very good paper because you cover everything in this paper as well. I'm not saying that their paper will be same level, but that does not mean you are a weak student and you don't understand what they're learning. Actually, you will learn everything that they learn, but everything in a bits and pieces, touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. Okay. Yes, nice question. I think you asked me this the choiceable thing. I will repeat this, but I will also mention to you, when you finish your PT3 exam, normally the school, when you finish habis PT3, you will be divided according to your results. That means if you score A and B and sometimes C, you will be having higher chances of going to the science stream. Okay. If you don't do well in your science and maths, then you will go to the art stream. That is a common thing. That's a common practice. Okay. But you also have a choice. Whether you get good results also, you feel that I think I don't want to do all this biochem physics, you can make a choice. So it's all dependent on your school. Okay, it's all in the school. It is a choice you can make, but it's only a choice when your results is good. If your results is not so good, then it's no longer your decision. It's the school's decision to put you in classes. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Okay, while I see their comments, okay, I will continue with the next one. Okay, now we take a look at chapter 5, chapter 5, chapter 6. Okay, this one all is biological chapters, guys. So your students, okay, good, Edmund. Let me just finish this part. I'll come back to your question. Nice question, actually. Very, very good question. Genetics support movement and growth. Okay, now genetic is a biological chapter. Okay, I will not go into details about it because I want to show you a small part of this class lesson. Okay, as a sample lesson, how I run my class. I got a sample lesson to give you. So I want to show you that. I want to show you that. So that time I'll explain to you. But what you learn about genetics is actually, okay, you learn about yourself. Okay, you know, I have this question that people always ask me. Sometimes my answer can be a bit dirty, but people think, oh yeah, this fella very dirty answer. But then I think this question is a bit not relevant. That's why I answer like that. But people take offended. You know, the question they ask me, do you look more like your father or do you look more like your mother? Okay, do you have this question? People got asked you before. You nampak lebih macam ayah kamu ke? You nampak lebih macam ibu kamu ke? You know, this question very commonly people ask me. Okay, I don't like this question because in my subject, genetics says that you always get 50% of your father and 50% of your mother. So how can you ask me whether I look more like my father or look more like my mother? So this is what you will learn. So in my mind, I'm thinking, this person never studied genetics before. They don't know. They're asking me, you look more like your father or you look more like your father? Just because my face look a lot like my father means I look like my father. It's the same. So normally my answer to people is, as long as I don't look like my neighbor, it's okay lah. For those who understand the joke, good. For those who don't understand, I think you just continue lah. Okay, we continue. So genetic. Okay, now next one, support movement and growth. Sokongan, pergerakan dan pertumbuhan. Okay, this kind of a question, support movement and growth, they are studying about the structure of your body, your bones, your muscles, not only you, but the animals as well, and plants. How do they support themselves? How do they grow? How do we can move? How we can carry things? How our muscle works? What bones we have? Okay, all this will be your support, growth, and movement chapters. Okay, this is the next part. Now we move on. We take a look at the next one. The next set of chapters. You got questions? Please go ahead. Don't feel shy. Now you see the next set of chapters are body coordination, koordinasi badan, and then elements and substances, unsur dan bahan. Okay, the body coordination is about biology as well. Okay, where you study about glands, kelenjar. Okay, you got the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland. Last in Form 3, you studied system saraf manusia, the nervous system. Okay, but here you are studying more on glands, more detail on the hormones, how the hormones function, how your body produces hormones, how you grow, how you actually, why some people they can eat a lot but they don't put on weight, why some people eat a little bit, they put on a lot of weight. So this kind of questions you might have your mind asking you these questions. This chapter is a very good chapter to answer that. Okay, this is a very nice chapter to answer that. And not forgetting, after we study that part of glands, we also study drugs. We study about dada. Okay, we study about the type of drugs and how drugs change your perception, how it affects your nervous system and your body. Okay, a very important chapter. It should not be skipped. Okay, because people say, wow, we learn drugs, then we become drug addict. No, you learn drugs to not take drugs. You don't learn drugs to take drugs. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a tokan to sell you or make you take drugs. I'm here to explain to you what's the problem. Because you are young, you are teenagers. I cannot say don't do it. Okay, when people say don't do, only you want to do. But I can always tell you what is the consequences. Apakah kesan-kesan dia. So my duty is to educate you. So that's what I will do in this chapter. And then we move on next one. We move on to say elements and substances, unsur dan bahan. You will learn about atom, you will learn about molecule, you learn about ions. I know you all learned solid, liquid, gas before, but here you learn about all this atom, molecule, ions. You learn about some products in the industry, even chemicals industry. Under chemistry, you study about alloy, you study about rubber, you study about basic plastics, how this functions, how the things work around you. So the materials around you, what are the effect of the material, how metal functions, how a non-metal functions, basic information like this. And then go on to the next part, which is chemicals in medicine. You all know the difference between traditional and modern medicine. That's what we will learn here. Going on, force and motion, then nuclear energy, that's more towards the physics part of it. Okay, you learn the basic physics. Okay, you do Tan Sin Lin, but you don't learn as much as you did in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. I don't know if it's a good news or a bad news, but definitely you learn lesser. Okay, you learn lesser in plants than in Form, in Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3. Now, I go back to the question. I don't want to miss anybody's question. I want to try to help everybody as possible. So, Edmund asked me, should we buy a reference book since the reference book has more information compared to textbook? I don't disagree with Mr. Edmund here. What you say is true. Mostly reference book got more information, very good informations at times, okay? But the problem with your reference book is some of the words they choose or some of the things, the notes they have is not necessary for your exams. Tidak diperlukan atau tidak boleh digunakan dalam peperiksaan. So when you choose a reference book and if it's totally different from your textbook, then you'll have problem. Because when you buy a reference book, because there's so many information, you will go and focus more on your reference book. Then you will just not look into your textbook. But all the questions and the kata kunci is in your textbook. So that's why all my notes also, which you will see later, will always use the textbook. I will use my reference book as a guide to get the additional ideas, how to put the questions, all that. But I definitely use the textbook because textbook is where the questions come out from. Kerajaan bagi buku teks sebab yang itu merupakan sukatan yang kita perlu ikut. So kalau tak ikut buku teks, then it'll be a problem. Especially you, baru-baru, this very new. The new reference book also, some of the reference book doesn't have the correct information. Not all. So I don't want to mention any brands, but I'm just telling. Okay, read textbook. Read textbook rather than reference book through. Okay, but you must understand us. It's not very nice to read the textbook all the time. Very boring. Okay, very boring. Sometimes I read the textbook, I don't enough sleep, I read textbook, I go to sleep already. Okay, sometimes the textbook's quite boring. I don't disagree with you. I understand your problem. But having a reference book is good, but make sure your guideline must be your textbook. Don't run away from the textbook. If you see certain information, Cikgu, I think this information not right, then you better check with your textbook or check with your teachers. If you're with me, you check with me. Can I use this word in exam? Because sometimes, guys, you might have the correct answer. Okay, you will have the best answer, and I know the answer correct, but the examiner will say tidak mengikut skema pemarkahan. 3 say Edmund, because one thing you must understand, the chapter is new, so the people who doing the book also will first time do. So once they have done a few years of the book, then only they get better, then the book becomes better. You get the whole idea, class. But the textbook, if wrong, then it's their problem, not your problem. So I don't see any mistake in the textbook so far. Touch wood. I've been reading the textbooks also. I never see anything. So the textbook is the best guide to follow. Okay, the best guide to follow. Okay, I give you a very old example, very short one. Sorry, might not be very related, but I think you'll understand. We had planets, right? We have planets. We have the 9 planets. See, I'm telling you also, some people going to debate with me. Where God lah? This teacher wrong lah, and all that. Okay, we have the Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, okay, and then we have the Jupiter, and then we have the Neptune, Uranus, and all these, right? So we use the planet. Do you know, now we only calculate 8. But the old days textbook had 9. So when I first start teaching, when I teach the UPSR student, I went and told all of them, hey, you write 8. You write 8. You don't write 9. Pluto is no longer a planet. But then the textbook still stated 9. So when the student did the exam, luckily it was not the UPSR. Back then I was just a normal science teacher. When the student did the exam, all of them got wrong. And then they come and tell me, oh, cikgu, you ajar salah, you sebab you saya dapat markah kurang. I had to agree because I never follow the textbook. And that is when I realized, no, whatever happens in the world, never mind. But for SPM or for UPSR or PMR or anything exam also, follow the textbook. That's the best guideline. So for me, reference, this is the whole idea about it. So choose your reference book, make the right choice, make the right decision, but never believe it 100%. Okay, make sure you get the right. At one point of time, if I find any books that is really, really good, if I meet you in any seminars or if I meet you in my class, I will tell you. I don't feel bad telling, oh, this book is good or this teacher is good. I will never say that, because a person only learn when he appreciates another thing. So that is the best way to go about. So if I have anything, I will tell you. Okay. Now, Form 5. Let me just go quickly because I want to also do my sample teaching. Then I can see these things. Okay. So in Form 5, those who are entering from Form 4 to come to Form 5, you will learn microorganism. Okay, you akan belajar microorganism. This is going to be interesting chapter, a lot related to the current problems we are going through. You'll understand why the virus is so dangerous. How does it spread? What kind of medicine we are using? You see, the whole world is looking for a vaccine at the moment. Okay, what is a vaccine? How does a vaccine function on a human body? How many times you have to inject vaccine to make it work in your body? All this you will study with me. Okay, you will study the types of microorganisms. You will study the characteristics of them. Then you will study good microorganisms, bad microorganisms. Okay, some sample, like all of you love drinking Vitagen. I know you got Yakult, you got Vitagen, you got Nutrigen, you got all kinds of product. Even Family Mart also got the drink that looks like a lot of Vitagen and all that. So all these actually, they contain lactobacillus. Very good, Weipin, very, very good. They contain lactobacillus. So do you know what's the meaning of lactobacillus? Lacto means milk. Bacillus means the shape of the bacteria. Bacillus means the shape of the bacteria. So if you ever take a sample of Vitagen, put it under the microscope and you see, you will be able to see a rod-looking shape, things moving. That's actually lactobacillus, because the word bacillus tells the shape of the bacteria. So you will learn how they give names to each of the microorganisms. And all these are details to it. And then we study the diseases, what kind of diseases we get and how to fight it. So that's the first part. Then nutrition and food technology. You will learn about how to eat, the right methods of eating, calorie intake. You all see, and at the back of all your food packaging, ada perkataan calorie. We will learn how to calculate calorie. Okay, we will also learn what are the food qualities. What are they adding in the food? Okay, what they add in the food and what is good and what is bad. We also learn about the food packaging method. Like for example, I have always buy Kropo, twisties and all that. I always feel I pay more for the air than the Kropo itself. So we will learn why got so much of air inside. Is there really air or something else? So we will learn all these things. All right. And then come back to environmental sustainability. It's a repeat of the old chapter, but more details to it. Okay. You will learn step by step about the whole thing. And then rate of reaction. How metal and all that. So that the first three was more of chemistry part, was a biology part. The next three you see there, electrochemistry, rate of reaction and carbon compound. You will be looking into all the chemistry type of details. Like for example, you learn about oil palm, you learn about latex, rubber. Okay, you will learn all these. Then we can relate to the current Malaysian situation, because Malaysia is also a heavy, large provider of oil palm, and also large provider of latex. So you will learn all these things. We will learn the process of producing the latex. Okay, it will be very interesting. I can also relate history to it, how the Indian community came to Malaysia because of rubber tapping, how people were involved in the mining industry, how the Chinese came to Malaysia because of the mining industry. So electrochemistry will help that, because we learn about mining, how we get metals, reactive metals, how do we get gold, what is the most reactive metal, what is the non-reactive metal. All these we will learn. Okay, so this is the first 6 chapters. Let's move on. Let's take a look at the last few chapters. Okay. Yep. Like I mentioned earlier, in Form 4, you got more chapters than Form 5. Okay, in Form 5, you only have 9 chapters. In Form 4, you had 12 chapters. Total 21 chapters. 21 bab. Okay, 21 chapters. Now we move on. Okay, we take a look at this whole idea. Okay, we got light and optics, cahaya and optic. Those of you in the, if you still remember, whoever it is, Form 4 or Form 5, you remember in Form 1, you study color light, how the color mix. Okay, color pigment, color light, red plus blue give you magenta, blue plus green give you cyan, not cyan, all these things. Now you learn about lens, you learn about Cantor. You know, your glasses you wear got convex lens, concave lens. You have heard of these words in Form 1, but you're repeating it. But this time even harder. You need to draw the light ray diagrams. You need to be able to label it properly. You must understand how lens work. Will the image be bigger or the image be smaller? You will compare the eyes and the camera. What is similar between you, your camera and your eyes, and how does it change? And all this you will learn. Okay, you go into details of it. Then in Form 4, you learn force and motion. Here you will study force and pressure. You will learn about pressure, some more formulas, some more calculation. Okay, you will learn about new formulas. And last but not least, we will study space technology, technology angkasa lepas. I know if you studied in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, you will find it very boring. You all don't like this chapter all. But one thing I like about space technology, although I haven't started teaching yet, is GPS. Everybody now, we live on our GPS, the Waze and Google Maps. Want to go anywhere, so we want that. Last time we never had all this. We used to ask people in the road, okay, bang nak pergi sini, tolong saya. He will show left, right, everywhere, and you don't know where you're reaching. Now nobody worry, all use GPS. Okay, so GPS coding, you will learn the GPS coding. What is the numbers that they write? Sometimes if you see, GPS have the numbers, the latitude and the longitude numbers. All these numbers you will learn and how to locate yourself. So one of the activity I love to do with the students is actually create the GPS number of your house. You can find it in GPS and you can write. So it's very interesting. Okay, you can use that. So this will be something that I will teach in these two sets of chapters lah, Form 4 chapters and Form 5 chapters. So I hope I clarified all the chapters, make you feel understand better. Okay, now what I will do in the next few minutes, okay, I think I have about 25 minutes or so to go on. So I will try to show you some of my sample of how I run classes. Okay, if certain chapters require me to just put in information, I show you chapters like that. If certain chapters require me to give you on details on the question, I will show you how I run and do the questions as well. So at least you have an idea of how my classes will be if you're joining me. Okay, now let's move on. Let's see the first one. Now this is a sub chapter. For those Form 4, maybe you know, going to Form 5, you know that you have learned this chapter. I was just talking about it just now on the temperature, Su Badan. So I think it's a perfect timing that I show you this as well. So I will always give you notes in red and black here. You can see, okay, the measurement of degree of hotness and coldness of our body. Okay, darjah, kepanasan dan kesejukan badan kita. If you don't believe me, you can take a look at your textbook. They also use the same words. I follow every kata kunci from the textbook. So that there's no way we can say, oh, this is wrong because it's an I say I follow textbook. Okay, fair deal, because you also want to get your results. So that's the best way to go about. Okay, and then you can see normal range and all that. So then I will also show you samples of my notes, how I run notes like this. I see. Jenis thermometer, clinical thermometer. So I will do things like this, and then I will show you other types of thermometer. So I try to make sure the pictures are clear, okay, because I believe that only words will make you get bored. So pictures will really help to make the class better. And then we have this other type, like I told you, rectal thermometer, okay, that goes below under your body to check temperature. Actually, one of the most accurate reading is through that. Okay, then you have the ever famous, everybody knows this, the infrared thermometer, the one that we currently use. So these are like sample of my notes, how I do my latihan, how I create questions, or I use questions from another book, how I put it into latihan. So because we are doing online, there's no physical, so you have to see how it works in this class. Okay, now I show you one sample thing. Okay, if you are new to this chapter, no worries guys. I think those who learn it, if you understand what I do, you will understand that this chapter is quite easy. So in 8.3, you actually look into one part called isotope. Okay, the Form 5 going in, you all know very well what was isotope. Okay, if you don't know, maybe you can use this time to learn. Okay, so if you see, some elements have the same number of protons but different number of neutrons. These atoms are known as isotopes. Terdapat unsur tertentu yang atomnya mempunyai bilangan proton yang sama, tetapi bilangan neutron yang berlainan. Atom-atom ini dikenal sebagai isotop. See, two ways and the keyword is given there. Now, if they give a question, how they will give? Remember the whole idea. The whole idea says that, I just put it on the chat, okay? Very quickly, so sorry. This is for your reference. Same proton number, different neutron number. That is what they explain. So we take a look at a sample question. You see, they even mention it as a KBAT question. Okay, they even clearly mention it as a KBAT question. So the diagram below shows the structure of 3 atoms. Okay, tick correct for the ones that are isotopes. So if you take a look at this question, okay, I will always clearly give you data and details, you will see, but you can even try this question. If you take a look at here, they clearly indicated that the white one is proton, the black one is electron, and the gray looking one should be the neutron. Okay, so you will have your answer. Okay, some of you might already found the answer. If you want to share your answer, go ahead. Please don't feel shy. Tuang, very good, but you got to make a choice. It must be a pair. Because they say isotope, right? The both of them must the same number of proton, different number of neutron. So which one and which one? M is correct. You're not wrong. M and who is a pair? They are isotope because they both share the same number of proton, but different number of neutron. Very good, Song Pei-in and Edmund. Very good, very good. So how I will give the answer? Not only for those who understand, for those who never understand also, this is how the answer will come. You see? The lines and everything is how I do in class. If now I want to do the line, it will take time and then it will disrupt the whole flow. So that's why I already prepare the line. So normally what I will do, I will break down the lines, explain to you. You see here, okay, you see here neutron, gray. So I write there different neutron number, bilangan neutron berbeza. So 3 dan 2, S dan M. And then if the blue one, I take the white color and I say, oh, sorry, there's a mistake here. My bad. Okay, this one is, I think, same proton number. Okay, bilangan proton yang sama. So I think I copy paste this. I forgot to change. But this is how I do it. This is how I simply do it. And I already break this whole thing down. So normally I will take the question and put it this way. So I'll write everything exactly so that it'll be easy for everybody to see clearly. Now, next question. Terangkan jawapan anda. Explain your answer in A. So atom M, atom S, you know why? Because the same idea, I think this sentence will be correct because I remember doing it. Atom S and atom F have the same proton numbers but different neutron number. Atom S dan atom M mempunyai bilangan proton yang sama tetapi bilangan neutron yang berbeza. So not only you will be able to watch my recording and understand the whole thing because I will be doing it live in the class, but those of you who missed my class and who want to watch the recording, you should be able to see what I have been doing in the class. I also have the notes with the lines everywhere. So sometimes we want to watch a long 1 hour class, sometimes boring. So straightforward, you can take a look at this as well. So this is how I try to make it easier when we do it online. I'm also learning a lot throughout this online class because it's my first few years teaching in online. I've never done it before. I think for everybody also. But it's good that I learned so many things throughout the time. So this is how I prepare question. Okay, maybe we can take a look at something more tougher, just to give an idea. So now we learn about cell division. Like how I told you just now that you look more like your mother or you look more like your father. This is a sample question of how to do mitosis, meiosis. I know many students struggle with this, okay, mitosis, meiosis. Every time I go into any class and I ask, hey, can we do revision? What chapter you want? Mitosis, meiosis. Mitosis, meiosis. So I always feel that students find it very difficult. But I always remember that actually the questions they ask is never hard. The questions they ask is never hard. It's how you want to understand it that makes it difficult. So what I normally do is, for the first time, I don't teach the students to read. I don't teach the students to read everything because reading will give you stress. So what people like, what you like to see picture and you like to see table. Whatever information I need to know must be in one table, and whatever things I need to know, I have to see a picture. Thanks, Nas. At least you're telling everybody, the Form 4 will know that it's a difficult topic. Now, let's see this one. This is how teach people mitosis and meiosis. By just looking at this, I really feel that you should get an idea. Okay, now we can test this work, whether it's good or not. I've tested it with my own students, so I'm pretty sure how it works. Okay, so let's see. The top here, you got parent cell, cell indo. How many chromosomes inside, class? Can you see how many chromosomes? Can you just quickly mention on the chat? That'd be nice. How many chromosomes you can see? 1 and 2. So you got 2 chromosomes, right? Okay, 2 chromosomes. Okay, now inside here, this is 1 chromosome each. So there's 2 chromosomes in the parent cell. They have the same thing. Okay, both of them go through the same process, duplication. Duplication. See, 2 becomes 4. 2 here becomes 4. Here as well, same. 2 becomes 4. And then mitosis goes through division 1. Pembahagian 1 or pembelahan 1. And this results in 2 new daughter cells. Dua sel anak. Okay, dua sel anak. Here you see they not divide once, but they divide once to become 2, and then they divide again. Division 2 becomes 4. So if they ask you a question, how many daughter cells are found in mitosis? Easy ma. 2. You can see this picture and answer already. How many daughter cells are found in meiosis? 2. That's it. What is the number of chromosomes in the daughter cells? Do they have the same? Same, right? So same as the parent cell. If they ask you cell indo, what is the difference? Okay, half of the parent cell. So by this picture, you can answer most of the questions already. Okay, by looking at this picture, you can answer most of the questions already. So how to put these questions, all these notes from this picture into words? How to change it and how to add on some information that is important. So this is how the table will come up. Okay, the table will come out. So if you see the table, you got similarities and also differences. Okay, some of it can obviously explain from the picture. Some of it I cannot explain in the picture. That's why I give additional notes. Okay, additional notes. So you see mitosis produces somatic cells. What it means by somatic cells, all the cells in the human body except gametes. Except gametes. What is gametes? There your explanation is here. Sperms and ovum. Sperm and ovum. Like I told you, you get 50% from your father and 50% from your mother. That means the sperm and ovum that is going to be the baby will only have 50% of the information. Hanya akan ada 50% daripada I'm so sorry, 50% daripada kandungan ibu dan ayah. So that's why you have, tengok di sini, half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. Separuh bilangan, sperm and ovum. So how many division? Just now you saw in the picture. Here, sorry, I go back. Here 1 division, here 2 divisions. So you come here, clearly explain to you 1 division, 2 division. How many daughter cells from? 2 for mitosis, 2 for meiosis. So come here also, you get 2 for mitosis, 4 for meiosis. Now a lot of people will ask, what is the difference then? This is one very important word, which is called crossing over. Crossing over, no and yes. That means no because they produce the same exact copy again and again, so no. And this one, yes, okay, they produce the different design. No, Shami, this is biology, mitosis, meiosis. You're studying about the human cells, okay, on mitosis, meiosis. All right, are you from currently Form 5, coming into Form 5, or you're going into Form 4? Okay, thank you, Mitch. Lucky you told me because I've been trying to describe. So maybe I'll go straight step by step. Okay, going into Form 5. That means if you didn't study this, you missed it out. Okay, this is biology. I think you studied lah. You just want to confirm whether bio or chem, right? So this thing. So sorry, I didn't know the mouse. You cannot see the cursor. Okay. Malay, mitosis dan meiosis. Bahasa Melayu pun mitosis dan meiosis juga. Same thing. Pindah silang, crossing over. Okay. So this one. Oh, no. We normally have the cursor. I've been doing the classes for so long. I'm not too sure why you can't see the cursor though. Okay. But don't worry. This cursor, maybe the issue that is something that we can rectify. Okay. But you take a look at here. Okay. I will slowly go step by step then because I don't want to confuse you. I thought that you can see the mouse. So it's happily telling you jumping around. So, but you have the purpose. Okay. Produce somatic cells and produce gametes. You understand? If they ask you what is gametes, go straight at the bottom. Can you see type of cell involved? So on your right hand side, sperms and ovum. On your left hand side, body except gametes. So all the cells in the body. So everything has clear explanation throughout the time. Okay, so that is the whole thing. Division based on the picture just now. The second diagram on perbezaan, number of division, bilangan pembelahan 1 and 2. Okay, number of daughter cells, bilangan sel anak 2 and 4. So all this from the picture. So if you take a printed document of this, you put the picture on your side and you put this table on the side, you will be able to answer most of it together. You know what is the meaning for each and what of the picture. So then when you try the questions will be somewhat easy, straightforward. Okay, let's take a look at the question, maybe just give you an idea, because we are coming towards the end. I got a few more things to do and then we can go ahead with Mr. Ari then. All right, now bilingual, mesti dalam dua bahasa. Just like how I showed you the answer just now, mesti dalam dua bahasa. Have to give dua bahasa. Okay, because I know many of you belajar dalam bahasa Melayu juga. So we will do it in this one. And so sorry, maybe I speak more in English. That's because nobody asked me question in BM. If I knew kalau saya tahu ada ramai belajar dalam BM, then I will definitely teach in BM also. Okay, this is now only it's normal lah. Kamu baru dari selesa, baru nak mula tanya soalan. So saya pun sanggup jawab bila you tanya. Saya tak ada masalah fasih dalam bahasa Melayu sebenarnya. Boleh bercakap dengan bahasa Melayu dengan sangat fasih sebenarnya. Okay, sorry Syami, saya pun tak tahu sebab tak ada soalan. Baru sekarang saya tengok nama you. Okay, so that's the only reason. Okay, tapi tak ada masalah. Please ask. That's why I tell you the chatting is the best method. You see, I also learning. Now I know you need in BM. So that's the whole way it goes. Okay, so never talk. Online class is a failure. Okay, never tak bercakap. Online class will always fail. Because as a human, I'm a human. I'm not God. I cannot predict. I don't even know how you look. Throughout the online class I've been teaching in Translife, I don't even know how my students look unless somebody says, okay teacher, I add you in Instagram, this is my face, then I know that face. So imagine people who like me teaching so many years, they always see the student in the front. Every day I can remember, I don't forget the name also, I'll remember the face one. So many years later I see them also, I remember the face. But now I don't know the face also, the name also sometimes got nickname. So how am I supposed to know who am I teaching? So that's why online class, the best way to move forward is everybody chat. Share your information, feel free. You must take me as a friend. More than a teacher, you must take me as a friend, because nobody listens to their enemy. Sometimes you don't even listen to your parents carefully. That's the age now. So you only will listen to your friends talking. So the first thing you need to do is to accept me. I'm not asking, please be my friend, no. At least accept me like a friend. Talk to me like a normal friend. That does not mean you call me macha, day, or no. You have to give the respect, but you can ask the right questions. When you talk and share, then it works. Okay, now we move on. Don't want to waste time here. Let's take a look at this. Now, which statement is correct about meiosis? Pernyataan yang manakah betul mengenai proses meiosis? Okay, so if you all take a look at here, okay, there's a lot of answers. So some of you will know the answer. You can even put here. Some of you don't know the answer. Ada yang takkan tahu jawapan. So in class, I'm not here just to say, oh, objective question, very easy. Kalau pelajar boleh hantam, cikgu bagi jawapan ABC cukup. Tak payah terangkan apa-apa. That's wrong. That's definitely wrong. If I give you 5 objective questions, so I must explain all the question. If I give you 10 objective questions, so I must explain all the 10 questions. Kenapa pilihan jawapan kamu salah? So that's why I don't give a lot of objective question, because if I give you 5 also, that 5 question I can take 1 hour to explain sometimes. Okay, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Okay, so let's just see a sample. Anyone want to try the answer before I show you? Okay, never mind. Just try. It's okay. We all learning. This is not a classroom to make sure you're correct and all that. Only 2 people. I got about 40 something here. All quiet. Nice. So many people got answer. Okay, nice. So many got answer. Let's see if you're correct or wrong. The correct answer is actually, I think a few people told the correct answer. And you can see why is it wrong also. Never mind. Don't worry, Kamal. It's not a problem. Something that we're learning from here. But now you understand or not? Why wrong, everybody? Can I explain very quickly? Because we only have 15 minutes. I got only one more part to go. So I'm not so scared. So I think I can finish on time. So you see, nukleus berlaku pada peringkat awal, right? Nukleus berlaku pada peringkat awal. Okay. The nucleus divides twice. Okay. Twice means it breaks into 2 times, right? Become 2 daughter cells, right? 2 become 4. So I explain to you. Let me go. Okay. Let's come to the table again. Dia tanya berlaku di sel somatic. Meiosis berlaku pada gametes, happens at gametes. All the while, we only see gametes. So that's why A is wrong. Okay. Now we come back to the B. Okay. Pembahagian, membahagi. Okay. The nucleus divide berapa kali? 2 kali. Mitosis sekali. Where the answer comes from? Tengok di sini. Okay. Bilangan pembelahan. Sekali, 2 kali. Number of division. Sekali, 2 kali. So meiosis kena berlaku berapa kali? 2 kali. Sebab itu jawapannya betul. It maintains the number of chromosome. Bilangan kromosom dikekalkan. Saya tulis di sini half. Sebab meiosis memang half. So nota saya dah terangkan gamet mempunyai separuh, half. Okay, dia tak mengekalkan, dia ada separuh. Kalau kekal sama macam ini, mitosis. So, salah. Now, last one, D. Each parent cell produce 2 daughter cells. Setiap sel induk menghasilkan 2 sel anak. Yang ini pun salah. Saya nak guna gambar lah, nak terangkan guna gambar. Dia tengok di sini, gambar di sini menunjukkan mitosis 2 sel anak. Meiosis 4 sel anak. So, soalan nota. Always remember, kalau nota tak boleh jawab soalan, bermaksud nota kurang lengkap. The notes is not enough. It's okay if it's not enough. That means it shows that you got more work to do. I've been teaching so long, but I always not satisfied with my notes. Every year change. All good teachers will have to do that. I learn it from a good teacher. I also practice that. Okay, so these are all, even though this is not your syllabus anymore, but the question is similar. You see, this is SPM 2009, but the chapter, old bab pun ada, new bab pun ada. So I can use the question. So I always like to use analysis based lah, berdasarkan analisis. So kalau ada apa-apa bab yang memang kekal daripada sukatan pembelajaran lama dan sukatan pembelajaran baru, so kita guna saja soalan tu. Sebab lagi bagus, sebab kita akan tahu corak soalan yang ditanya. Okay. The pattern. So there you go. And for those who ask me kalau jawapan saya dui bahasa ke tidak, soalan pun mesti dui bahasa, jawapan mesti yang diberi, nota-nota pun mesti dui bahasa. Let's try another question. Okay, maybe you will get a better idea and answer now. Diagram 2 shows a process of cell division. Okay, parent cell, sel induk, ada daughter cells. Ada berapa daughter cells sana? Ada 2. So apa jawapan dia, kelas? Yes. Okay, kalau 2, dia mesti jadi 8. Nice, very nice. Good. Okay, I think there are some of you who are in Form 4, right? Not yet even come to Form 5 or not yet even enter, and you all are answering the question, which means it's good lah. You can understand. Straightforward, semua boleh faham. Okay, kalau you belum belajar benda ni dan you dah faham, that means very good one. So you see, it's always like that. Okay, definitely I pick the best notes for the class today to show you the best I can show. There will be a lot like this that we can try. Okay, what I can show today, I show you. So this is the whole idea of it. Okay, now I move on. I try to take a look at the last set of questions. Okay, what about this class? What is your answer? Take a look properly. There is the word testis there. So testis means, what is it? Producing sperms. I did not teach that word, so I don't think that answer is that. Which is your answer? It is producing sperm. Sperm and ovum has to be, okay, never mind. It's okay, we all studying, right? Testes produce what, class? That's my question to you. Testis menghasilkan apa? Gamete, sperm. So kalau gamete mitosis ke meiosis? Yeah, meiosis. So answer has to be meiosis. Very good, guys. Very good. So some of you still getting confused. You see, in a 10 to 5 minutes lesson, you have to answer means I know it's difficult. But I see most of you can do it. Meiosis. Okay. Process L, gametes. So gametes means meiosis. Very, very good, everybody. Thank you so much. This is very nice. Now, that's all about questions and how the nota will become question. Sometimes some chapters saya tak boleh bagi soalan. Okay, I don't have any questions to ask you. Or ada soalan essay. So kita kena buat pada akhir bab sahaja. So how we will go about that kind of questions? Take a look at this. Okay, this is another chapter that you will look. Okay, in form 4. Okay, it's called mutasi, mutation. Okay, explanation all will be given. So there will be some things like this. Okay, like color blindness. Okay, according to our textbook, okay, color blindness means unable to detect red and green color. Tidak dapat mengesan warna merah dan hijau. Sickle cell anemia, anemia cells sabit. Red blood cells unable to absorb oxygen at the normal rate. So these are the things that is. Now guys, kalau saya benarkan nota macam ni saja, mesti you akan jadi tension. Sebab you tak boleh bayangkan apa-apa. Color blind. Okay. Apa tu color blind? Okay. Maybe you all have seen people who are colorblind. Pernah lihat orang yang buta warna. Okay. Maybe you have not. So how you nak take in that understanding about how it becomes difficult about colorblind? Actually, colorblind is actually a very tough thing to go through. Memang sukar. Okay. Now, some of you form 4, some of you going to be form 5. You all will be taking your car license and your motorbike license soon. You all know there's the L license, lesson L dan lesson P, right? In your lesson L, you will have to go and take a theory test. You ada ambil teori. Kalau tak lulus teori, tak boleh pergi pandu ambil lesen. So, bila buat teori, dia ada color blind test. You tahu tak? They have color blind test. Yeah, color blind, okay. Color blind, you cannot drive. It's not advised to drive. You have to do another process. You have to get the lens, okay, that can filter to see colors. So you all got see the blood number before? Let's take a look. Can you see 7 in this? Okay, so selamat lah, not colorblind lah. Okay, if you cannot see, then you cannot get that. You understand that, guys? Yeah, it's in the circle. I'm giving the number already. Actually, normally in class, what I will do, I'll remove the black one. I'll close the black one. I will ask you to guess first. Everybody will guess, then only I'll give the answer. Baru saya bagi jawapan. Memang stress tau kadang-kadang. Bila tak bagi nombor tu, ada yang jawab gila punya jawapan semua. So this is the things that we can do in class. Okay? Some things that I can relate to. So saya buat test sebelum you ambil lesson tu lah. Okay? So this is the idea of color blindness, buta warna. Okay, got any questions you can ask? Let's try the next one, another sample. Can you see 14? Shami, I'm waiting for your question. I see you saying Cikgu, so Buta warna boleh cure. Okay, good question. Okay, buta warna is a problem in your eyes. Dalam mata kamu, dia ada satu sel rod dan sel cone. Okay, kalau kamu kekurangan sel yang boleh mengesan warna, dia akan memberikan masalah. So sekarang ada banyak cara untuk recover the eye. Dia ada surgery lah, dia ada this one. Okay, so this one you can also get the idea. Okay, nice is having a tough time there. So you akan ada lagi satu that no need to do any surgery, pakai kantor saja. Dia akan filter the light so that you can see colors. So it depends on the problem. Dia berdasarkan masalah. Kalau dah teruk, kadang-kadang tak boleh buat apa-apa. Okay, then the whole idea. Okay. Take the answer, then be fun. So join my class, then you will have all kind of nonsense like this. I will make everybody stressed, okay? But for now, I cannot do this thing. So take a look at this. Okay. Can you see 12 here? Then you're safe lah. You're not going to be colorblind lah. Actually, to be honest, right? Female no need to worry so much. Female, lesser chances of getting colorblind. Male only got higher chances of getting colorblind. Kesian kita lah. Okay, tapi female got lesser chances of getting blind. There is, but kurang. Okay, because okay, that will be something very detailed, but I can explain. You know, kita kan ada XXXY kan? XXXY. Lelaki XY, perempuan XX. Bukan Y, tapi X pembawa penyakit. X pembawa penyakit. Tapi kalau lelaki, okay, kalau lelaki, going to take your test also. Good luck, good luck. So, I think no problem lah, you pass already today. Okay, so kalau you ada XX, kalau perempuan nak jadi colorblind, dua X yang dia ada, mesti ada carrier. Okay, mesti ada carrier. Tapi kalau lelaki, satu X tu yang ada pun tak ada dia punya carrier, dia akan jadi. So that's the whole details to it. Okay, good. Now we move on. Kita tengok the next one very quickly. Okay, this is how a colorblind person and a normal person will see. Okay, kalau you rasa dua-dua gambar ini sama, bermaksud you colorblind. Okay, kalau you lihat dua-dua warna gambar ini, dua-dua nampak sama, cikgu tak ada lain lah cikgu, you salah lah. That means you colorblind. Please go and check. Okay, so these are how I do classes lah. The best way, kalau you bercakap, you tengok, we can do a lot of things. Sampai you all dah tanya, how old are you and all that. Dia ambil test mungkin 16 lah. Boleh ambil motorbike test mah. So that's why lah kot. After 16 birthday, you can take already. Okay, so this is the whole idea. So you see this thing, so chatting is good. 17, then confirm can take already lah. More mentai lah. Okay, now, car test only 17 and above. That's the whole idea. Okay guys, I'm coming towards the end. Let me finish it already because I think you all have to go on for your next classes and all. I just show you. So now I was talking about anemia cell subit. This is how the thing look like. So I like to show pictures. I like to find a lot of things. Sometimes during class also, I'll just go Google and upload and I ask you to see in the lesson itself. So this is my style of teaching lah guys. I'm excited to teach if the students are excited. If you also bored, like don't want a message, don't want to ask any question, then I also will become very relaxed and bored lah. So if you all have questions, you like things like this and you love to stay online, then this is the one of the best place you can come to. Okay, so before I finish up, I would like to show you some simple strategies. This is my strategies for you. Okay, please make sure you understand first, then memorize to master. Okay, fahamkan dulu baru you hafal untuk jadi professional. You tahu you boleh jawab soalan tu, tapi tak faham you hafal, rugi. Sebab kalau you tak suka sesuatu, you hafal, you akan lupa. Semua tu macam mana tahu? Sebelum berperiksaan, makan, ambil semua maklumat, habis periksaan, muntah keluar semua, then after that all forget already. So waste. Okay, so that is why I say, fahamkan dulu, baru memorize. Memorizing is good. Anyone say memorizing is bad? I'm so sorry. I don't agree with you. I agree memorizing is damn good. Okay, I love memorizing, but I would like to understand first, then memorize. Then, easy notes guys. Nota ringkas. Okay, nota ringkas sangat-sangat penting. Cara tulis nota ringkas ada dia punya style sendiri. Okay, siapa yang tak mula lagi buat nota ringkas, mulakan sekarang. You will understand. Bila you mula buat, then only you, when you go on, you will understand. Okay, you akan faham. Okay, that saya boleh adjust sini, saya boleh adjust sana, I can change my idea. And then last but not least, exercise based on examination. Okay, at the moment you are the first new batch, so maybe no exam, but the coming form 4, you have 1 year lah. Whoever this form 5, your seniors, your abang-abang, kakak-kakak, they will have the whole idea. Alright, so thank you so much for your time. Okay, thank you for spending your time on a weekend, on a holiday, okay, that you all will listen. So these are my timing for classes on Form 4, Thursday, 6 to 7:30, and Form 5 is Thursday, 8 to 9:30. Hope to see you in my class next year, and good luck. Stay safe, everybody. I think I need to find Mr. Eri. Are you there, Mr. Eri? I think I'm on time. Okay, I'm from Selangor, Shah Alam. Thanks guys, I like teaching all of you. Everybody was active today, so it's very nice to have all of you. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. Okay. I think Mr. Ari is here already.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Hope to catch up with you all. Okay.
Sure. Thank
Thank you,
you, Teacher
Cikgu.
Baranee. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
see
See
ya.
you.
Okay, bye. Hi, everyone. Okay, how are you? So this is the afternoon sessions, the end of afternoon session, but tonight we still have chemistry session, okay? It will be starting from 8 p.m., okay? Remember, 8 p.m. So 8 to 9:30 it will be chemistry. So if you are you haven't decided whether you are taking which subject, I encourage you to also take this class, okay? So that you know how chemistry is how does it look like, how does it feel like, yeah, get a feel for yourself. I know some of you are going to form 4 next year, okay? So okay, so if you need to sign up for the classes for Cikgu Baranee and all that, you just click the link above and you will be going to the normal registration procedure, okay? Just remember, we have a very special, the 30 ringgit tuition credit that you are having will expire on Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Okay, so if you have any courses that you want to register, quickly register before that. Okay, so after that, the coupon will expire, so you lose your 30 ringgit. Okay, also on top of that, the first 99 registrations will get the 3-hour English grammar workshop and also the 3-hour Bahasa Melayu Tata Bahasa workshop. Okay, so quickly take whatever necessary, make a decisions if you wish to proceed with our normal tuition class. Okay, for those who attended our Ceramah seminar, I hope that you learn a lot from teachers, and I hope to see all of you later at 8 p.m. Okay, so the room, I will reset the room, and then after that, you can join in the waiting room. Yeah, so I'll see all of you at 8. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, yeah, I think someone said that the replay link, sorry, I missed your this. The replay link will be available in the text that you receive. We have sent out multiple links today to you, SMS, email, and also WhatsApp. Inside the handouts link, there's also replay link. Okay, check it out. Okay, thank you. Yeah, lucky draw tomorrow. I'll announce one now, okay? Because the lucky draw will be amazing, okay? So Paul, you stay tuned. Okay, see you later at 8.